Hi, welcome. My name is Mr. Lane. Those in the green group haven't met me yet. Blue group has only had a couple days. I wanted to start off that we're now doing blended learning. And we started the year off at distant learning. I don't know if we'll go back. We'll change that one way or the other, one forward or backwards into full time. But until that time happens, we're in blended learning. And I think I have a pretty good idea of what needs to be done. I'm learning like the rest of you, so if you ever have a problem, remember I'm here to help you be successful at art. Now, I have high standards. We're going to do a lot. We're able to do a lot. Art is one of those special subjects that we can do a lot of it at home. So I'm expecting you to draw. Sixth grade is going to paint. I expect you to do some coloring and things like that at home as if you were in class. Now, in a normal year, I get 33 hours with you. And so technically, that's 16 hours at home and 16 hours here at school. I'll be honest with you, it does not take 16 hours to do my work. For sixth grade, there's about four things that they need to do at home. And fifth grade, there's about 8 projects, all which take half hour to an hour. Like I say, sixth grade is going to take 2 weeks. I'm going to give you 2 weeks, and most of you can get it done in easily hour and a half to 2 hours. So if you add up the time, I'm only asking for, and there's ed puzzles to do. The ed puzzles only take about a couple hours total the whole year, about 10 minutes. 1 minute to 10 minutes is the max. Usually it's around 5 minutes for each ed puzzle. Not difficult to do. I want to encourage you right now, don't get behind on that. The good news is I don't take points off for being late. So if you get a week behind, you can catch up. But do not let it all fall to the last couple weeks. I had someone try to do that, and I'll tell you, watching 5 minutes of me might not be that hard, but watching hours of me, like that would be so boring to have where you're watching me over and over and over again. I don't think I could take it. So make sure that you catch up and do everything each week, all right? And then you can be successful. So there's 2 things going on. In class, I'm going to try to get you prepared for the things that you're doing at home, but mostly I'm doing things in class that you can't do at home. Like we're going to do clay in class. We're going to do some group projects in class. I'm going to give you some of the deeper knowledge in class so that when you're at home, you're doing more of the activity. And I think it's enjoyable. I think a lot of kids, once they start getting into it, they enjoy painting, and they spend more time than they need to when they take pride in their work and enjoy doing it. All right. So blended learning or the homework. You're going to start this all through the Google Classroom. So every day you need to go to the Google Classroom. And I know that, right here you see some upcoming events. It's easy to click on that and just do that. But I want you to get used to actually doing going to the classwork. And if you go to this screen, this is much more organized than just what you need to do. And I know it's easy to just click that thing to do, and something might not show up here, or something might be late, or that might be overwhelming. And I've broken this up into several categories. I've got weekly agenda. I have each week the things I expect from you, and then there's a thing called materials. So that's and then things that we do in class. So it says at PSI. Don't worry about that. We're going to do that at PSI. But the stuff at home is going to look like this. So each week there's going to be probably 3 ed puzzles to do and then something to turn in, okay? And notice the ed puzzles have numbers on them. So this is ed puzzle 2, ed puzzle 4, ed puzzle 3. So it's a little bit out of order, sorry. I try to make that line up the way it should, but it doesn't always. So do 3 before you do 4, even if it's not in order like this. And at the end of the week, there's something to turn in, and I'll show you here how to turn something in a minute. I also want to show you this thing called weekly agenda. I have 2 things here. I have my office hours. So if you ever, particularly green group, if you're confused on what to do, In office hours, I have office hours from 10 to 11 for 6th grade, and 5th grade is 11 to 12 every Wednesday that we are in school. Now, if there's ever a day like this first week we have elections, we're not in school, or we're off on a Tuesday. I don't have any ed puzzles for you to do. So the week one is only 2 home things to do. Actually, probably just 1 this week, but there'll be every time we have school and you have something to do, check here. All right. So if it's a small week, you might only have 2 ed puzzles to do in 1 project. 6th grade, you might have a project due for 2 weeks. So you expect to do like 45 minutes an hour work 1 week and 45 minutes an hour in the second week to get that done. Now, the weekly agenda looks like this. And it'll look a little different each week, but if this is a regular week, so there's, if you're in the green group, anything you see in red is an ed puzzle. So I'm expecting you to look at 3 ed puzzles. You can wait and do 1 each day. Do that on Monday. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes and probably a little exercise to do. Each one is I think 10 is too much. Probably 3 to 5 minutes each one of those. And maybe a little thing to do afterwards, and there's something to turn in. Anytime you see purple, that means you need to turn something in, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But because we have 5 days this week and you're home 3 of them, I expect you to get that done. Now, like I said, I deserve 45 minutes of each one of your days. It does not take 45 minutes to do that, okay? I know that. You know that. So I'm trying to make it reasonable. I honestly don't think it's reasonable to take up 45 minutes of your day every day that you're home. I think you could do it in maybe 15 minutes of work and then watching those 3 to 5 minute ed puzzles. And then here at school. Now, obviously, the blue people, they're going to have school first, and then they're going to do that. Usually these purple things are due on Friday. And I know green people, you're like, oh, well, it's not due to Friday, so you wait. I don't mind when you do that, but here's the thing. If you're off these days, you should get that done and then come to school and not have any homework. I'd hate to be at school all day and then come home and have to do these things. I suppose if you want your Mondays and Tuesdays off and then do extra work on Thursday, Friday, that's totally up to you. That's how you organize your time. I can't come home and organize your time that way. I personally wouldn't do that, okay? So now, turning things in. When you get done with a project, to show it to me, you're going to take a photograph of it and put it on a slideshow, okay? So each of these slideshows had a title on it, like insert drawing of spoon here. So your first assignment in 5th grade is you're going to draw a spoon, and then you're going to show me what you did. All you have to do is hit insert, image, and then camera, and then it's going to come up on the camera. So, oops, here's my drawing of a spoon. I'm going to line that up here like this. I'm going to get it fill into the screen the best I can. Hit that yellow button, hit insert. And if you could please, after you're done doing that, you don't have to, but just helps to make it a little bigger for me like this. And type in your name. I do something later with those, the best of, and it helps me if you put your name there. I know the names up the top. But more importantly, underneath Google Classroom, each one of these things, there's something down here. Now mine looks different than yours would, but if you hit this part of the assignment, there's a place to turn it in. So after you take the photograph, make sure you turn it in, and that way the grades will count. I can still see it and grade it, but it'll always look missing to you. And kids are like, why is that missing? I turned it in. Well, make sure you click that and then actually turn it in, and then you'll be done, okay? So basically that's it, is you have a home. And now here's the thing. If you come to class and work really hard in class every day, but you don't do anything at home, I still have to give you an F. And I don't enjoy giving kids Fs. That's one of my last things that I want to do. So I really want to help you. You've got to do the stuff at home, okay? I got a little secret. If you work at home and you do your best you can, I think every kid who did every assignment got an A. And if that was in class, that probably isn't true. I'm a little tougher in class, like making sure things are done right and things. But for the most part, The secret is just give Mr. Lane work. I might turn it back to you and ask for some, maybe some revisions and things like that. But if you're trying your best at home, I usually give the kids benefit of the doubt. Just do your best. And it's one of the school rules. And I can guarantee you an A or B if that happens. There were lots of kids get D's and F's, and even some C's in my class. And I would say every single one of them is because they didn't do their work at home. If you're having problems getting your work done at home, please talk to me and the teachers. We will work things out. We know that this trying times, there's some tough things going on. And I've extended things. I've helped kids out best I can, and I want to do that for you. Okay? Enjoy.